let's take you on a full tour of one of our camper vans. So when we first get into the camper van, obviously all the power is going to be switched off. So the first thing we need to do is switch our power on. So this is our main PDU display unit over here. All we need to do is touch the screen and it will liven up. Down the bottom left-hand corner, you'll see Master, which is going to turn on all of the power within the camper van. Next one to it is your lights, which is going to turn on your light under the top locker, light behind the splashback, and also all of your LED touch lights all down the side of the camper. We also have a separate button over in the right-hand corner, which is your wardrobe light, which turns on your wardrobe light in the back. And your fourth main button down the bottom is your pump, which you'll need to switch on to obviously use your water just here. And you'll also need your pump on to use your external shower point around the back, which I'll show you now. So your external shower point is here. This is your shower attachment, which you just need to put in here. Twist to the middle, and as long as your pump is on, then you've got your shower point. Now you have got two settings, because we give the option to actually have hot water as well. If you've got the hot water system installed, you just need to come over this way, and obviously your cold water is just there. So, and back to the PDU display here, there's all sorts of other features the way you can set your time and your date, whether it beeps, whether you've got your brightness low or high. Now, a very important screen, if you've got the inverter system, is if we go up on this right-hand menu here and go up to batteries, we then go to Lithium Pro. So this is going to tell you what amps you're pulling at any one time. It's going to tell you how long you've got left to actually charge to full capacity. It'll also tell you how long you've got to run when you're running an appliance in the camper van, and it will tell you the countdown of how long you've got left on your battery. There's also some apps that you can download to your device that will also give you all of this information, but you have got it at your fingertips within the camper van as well. So if we go back to the main screen, let's say we want to power down our screen, we need to go to settings, power, and all we need to do is put it into standby mode, which will sleep the screen. And the next time you want to liven the screen up, all you need to do is press it again and your power will come straight back up for you to turn everything back on. You can also sleep your screen with everything on, with your lights, your main power and your pump. Again, just press the power button, stand by, and that will sleep your screen and all of your power still remains on. And once again, if we just press the screen again, then that will liven it back up again. Okay, so the next part over here we're going to talk about is our diesel heater, Webasto diesel heating. Very, very simple to use. This little control panel here, at the top right, you have your power button. You'll just need to power it on. If it turns green, that means that the system is being fired up. It will take a minute or two for the system to kick in, but you have a little vent on the floor where the heat will come through. What you need to do is firstly set your temperature. You can then go through to your other screens. If you wanted to have cold ventilation, for example, that will turn blue, which will just give you cold air. You can also go back to heat. You can set a timer for it to switch on and off. And to switch this all off, it's very, very simple. You'll just need to press your top button to turn white and the system will power down. So very, very simple to use. Okay, next is the rib bed system in our conversions. Very, very simple to turn from seating into bed. We have a little handle just here. We pull that up and that will bring your front section over into position and it will click into place. We then have a bar that runs horizontally across the bed frame for your middle section. If we lift this bar up and bring that middle section down, and then the rear section here, again, we've got a little handle at the back here. We just need to hold and flatten the bed down to its position, and then that's your bed all made. And to put your bed back into the seating position, middle section first, we just need to lift this back into position and it'll click into place. This opposite way round, we'll just flip back over with this little handle. And then if we go around the back, another handle over this side, which will just bring your rear section back up into position there. So now we'll move on to the inverter system. Now, a lot of our camper vans are off-grid, which means they've got a 240 inverter system all installed. Very simple to use. We've got a little switch in the back of the wardrobe here that's got 3 settings. The first setting will be the on position, which will then give you all of your power to your 3-pin sockets just here. Your other setting is in the off position, which is in the middle. Now that just means that your inverter is obviously off and it's not working, which means everything else within the campervan is being used on its 12-volt system. The third setting you've got, which is charging, which will press into position 2. This needs to click into that position when you're actually on electric hookup. That means that the inverter system will be working and you'll also be taking the power from the electric hookup. So 3 settings: on, off and charging. Up here you'll see we have a CO2 alarm system. So the conversions we do that have gas installed, you'll need a CO2 alarm. Very simple to use. You've got a little button on the side there. You just need to switch it on. The lights will start flashing, maybe 30 seconds to a minute. It will settle itself down and you'll just have a static green light. Then that will be taking all the readings that it needs to make sure that we're completely safe within the conversion. So your fridge, very, very simple to use. We have a control panel down the side here. This top button just at here, if we hold this in for about 3 seconds, that will then power up your fridge. You can obviously adjust your temperature as you need to. You've got a freezer section in the top there as well. And when you want to turn the fridge off, if your campervan is not in use, same way around, just hold that top button in up there for 3 seconds and that will power your fridge down. Very simple to use. If your campervan has gas installed within the conversion, then you'll need to put your gas bottle into its gas safe locker in the back. So this just needs to come off here. We have a regulator inside which a camping gas 907 will spin onto. The gas bottle will then sit in the back here with a nice strap to hold it into place. Your regulator here regulates the flow from on and off. And when all that is tucked in there nicely, you just need to put your door back on, press your buttons, and it's all secured in the back of the campervan. And once your gas is in your gas locker, first of all, you have a little safety valve down here, which you can cap off your gas. You need to make sure that that flow is open. That will then send the gas through to your gas hob up here. Standard twist and click, and that'll ignite your gas. All of your cupboard doors and all of your storage, you have a couple of options. This one has got the push buttons. You'll push that to bring it out, and they have all soft close feature on all of the doors and cupboards. So we push this out, pull out your drawers, and they'll close themselves and lock back into place. Bringing your pop-top roof down, there's a few stages, very simple. The first stage is to bring your roof bed down first of all. So on the bifold roof bed, we don't bring it straight down. We pull the roof bed towards us and that will sit on top of the roof frame. The second stage is to make sure the strap that's down towards the end of the roof bed is connected. Now that's connected to bring this canvas here away from this scissor hinge. So if we don't connect that strap, that canvas could get caught into that scissor hinge and put a nasty tear in your canvas. So please make sure that strap down the end of the roof bed is connected before you bring the roof down. Now once that's connected, we need to zip up all of our curtains and fly nets at the side. And then we have 2 handles at the top, and you just simply pull your roof down and it will float around in this position, which is when you can tuck your canvas in. And then we pull it all the way down so that it's sitting flush. Now the final stage will be to put these straps on to make sure that roof is going to stay in place. Now the best way to do these straps is to go over the top eye here, through the bottom, so we have it like this, and then we just very easily pull that tight, and that is done. Now you obviously need to do both sides, and the same again. This will go through the top and down through the bottom. So we like this, through here, and tighten your strap and wrap it round. Simple as that. Putting your pop top up. So first of all we need to do is undo our straps here. Very simple. 2 straps, 1 and 2, and it's very simple. We just push our roof about here and up it goes. Now, quite a big tip to remember is when you're pushing your pop-top roof up and when you're bringing it down, make sure you've got a window open or a door open so that the vacuum pressure will allow it to go up and for it to come down again. So that pop-top is now up. We then have the roof bed, which this is a bifold bed. So around this sort of position, we'll just push up and that will go up on its gas struts and the roof's up. We then need to open our curtains and our windows. The front one, and I'll show you a little trick with this to keep it tucked in. Roll it up, tuck it in the ends and do your zips up. And same with your fly nets. We're going to roll that up and tuck them into the side. Simple as that. Regards your lights within the camper van, you've got a few different rocker switches and a few different operations that you'll need with your LED touch lights. But first of all, we've got a rocker switch that's situated behind the kitchen unit down here. That will actually turn on and off your light behind your backsplash, or on obviously if you want it on. You've got your LED touch lights that run down the side and at the back. So if we touch the middle of these lights, nothing's going to happen. You need to make sure you're touching the outer rim of the light to turn it on and off. And they're all individual, so you can have them on or off across the front and the side. This switch here operates your upper bed LEDs. So on and off there, whether you want them on or off for your roof bed. Spinning your swivel bases on your front seats. It's very simple. When we're going back towards the driving position, you just need to move this forward slightly. Then a little red handle situated down here, the base of the seat, which you'll click, and that will just spin back round into position like that. The same the other way around. If you want to flip to the back, you just move it forward slightly, move your red lever, spin your seat round, and then move it back into position. Simple as that. The driver's swivel can sometimes be a little bit more difficult because you've obviously got the steering wheel that's in the way, sometimes the gear stick, and sometimes part of the kitchen. So it's about finding the right angle with this driver's seat. Your lever is over this side, as on the same on your passenger seat. But you need to just find the right position to then spin that chair back around. Make sure that it clicks into place when you're in your driving position. You can then move it back to where you need to be. So if we're going to go the other way, you'll probably be about here. Sometimes you may need to adjust this forward and back to make it turn a little bit easier. Turn it into position and then that will come back to where it needs to be and you can adjust it inside the camper van when you're done. Your table is stowed on your bed back here, and to get it out, all you need to do is move these black clips so they're sitting flush and your table will lift out. Your leg here will move down in that position and come out, and all we need to do is clip it onto the table rail within the camper. These two clips will just sit on top. You can then lock in place with two clicks underneath and your table is then secure. Now to move it back to its stow position, undo your clips. Your table leg will go this way and in. This corner of the table here will sit in that corner over here. We'll go in here and those clips will then hold it in place for when you're traveling. Electric hookup and your water supply. So first of all, your water supply is external fill. So we just need to take our water cap off, fill our water and obviously put our cap back on. That has got a locking feature so you can lock it to stop people from tampering. Your hookup cable, and hookup is just here. Your cable simply presses in, easy as that, and pulls out when not in use. Quick tip is just make sure that that is clicked in place before you travel, else this will be flapping around in the wind in your door mirror. Your water, external water fill is not to be confused with your fuel fill, which is this side on the passenger side. This is for your diesel, this is for your AdBlue. With your induction hob, if you haven't got gas in your conversion, you need to make sure your inverter is switched on, or you need to make sure you're on hookup. You need to make sure you have got an induction hob saucepan or kettle on the top, else it won't recognise anything sitting on the top. You've then got a lock button over here. You need to hold that down for 3 seconds and it'll turn the lock off. Your power button is here. You'll then set your temperature and that will then heat up and make you a nice cup of tea.